So this is a golden opportunity, a golden platform for all levels of enterprises in Uttar Pradesh, micro, small, medium and large, to showcase, sell and expand reach to wider customers in India and overseas. Apart from businesses and enterprises, this trade show will feature a fair share of promotional and development schemes, both government and non-government, in the show. We have about more than 2,000 exhibitors, 500,000 visitors, and spread across 50,000 square feet of area. Can I have a huge round of applause for UP International Trade Show? I think we cannot thank them enough for providing us with such a platform to gather under one roof. This is a unique B2C, B2B Expo of UP. Discover the allure and the future. Now here we can see entrepreneurs, B2C, B2B, domestic and international buyers, marketers and decision makers all in one spot. तो ये बहुत ही मुश्किल चीज़ है, लेकिन ये कर दिखाई है यूपी इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड शो में, जहाँ ये सभी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स को, मार्केटर्स को, डिसीजन मेकर्स को एक छत के नीचे लाए हैं फ्रॉम पैन इंडिया. इसी के साथ साथ मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी, पहले 2 दिन भी बहुत ही इंफॉर्मेटिव रहे हैं. All right, so on that note, we are ready for our next session. I would request all the speakers to kindly come at the dais. Dr. Amit Sehgal Kumar Khanna ji, Dr. Madhukar Deshmukh ji, Dr. Indu Upreti ji, Dr. W. 𝐒𝐤𝐬𝐢𝐚 ji, Professor Rajiv Singh ji, Professor Paromita ji, Professor Dr. Professor Dr. Sanjeev बंसल जी. एक बड़ी तालियां बजा दीजिएगा हमारे स्पीकर्स के लिए. प्रोत्साहन बहुत मिलता है आपकी तालियों से इन्हें. जोरदार प्लीज तालियां बजा दीजिएगा. स्पीकर्स डॉक्टर अमित सहगल कुमार खन्ना जी, डॉक्टर मधुकर देशमुख जी, डॉक्टर इंदु उप्रेती जी, डॉक्टर W. 𝐒𝐤𝐬𝐢𝐚 जी, प्रोफेसर राजीव सिंह जी, प्रोफेसर परोमिता जी, प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर संजीव बंसल जी. आपसे आग्रह करूंगी कि डायस पर आ जाएं. All right, all our speakers are looking very handsome and the ladies are looking so beautiful. क्या बात है. All right. So our first topic is on youth entrepreneurship and industry connect, the need of the hour. I would request Dr. Amit Sehgal Kumar Khanna ji from Sharda University, Professor Electrical Electronics and Communication Engineering. मैं आपसे आग्रह करती हूँ आप पोडियम पर आएं and प्रकाश डालें इस टॉपिक पर. Thank you. So I just request the speakers, we are running a little bit out of time, so kindly manage the time. Dr. Amit Sehgal will be presenting his presentation in a few minutes from now. Before that, Dr. Madhukar Deshmukh ji, I would request you from Sharda University, Professor Electrical Electronics and Communication Engineering, to shed some light on this topic.
Good afternoon, and I'm Professor Deshmukh from Sharda University, and I'm a director for Industry Integration and Knowledge Essential of Sharda University. So I'm going to present on why it is required to have our industry and academia should come together, and why now. Is it really needful today? So, my presentation. So, last speakers from government of UP have talked about innovations and creating an ecosystem that will help create innovations and funding and all ecosystem created by UP government. I really appreciate government of UP. They are very serious on creating the ecosystem towards $1 trillion economy. And when you talk about innovation, so it is technological innovation. Technology can be a process. Technology can be a chemical, biological, or material development. Technology can be an mathematical equation. So now these technologies may have multiple applications to be used in different products. For example, in this mobile, more than 2,000 patented technologies are there, more than 2,000. And in 5G, it will be a little more. So technologies, converting technologies into products is again, so some very low-end technologies may need little less scientific research. Very complex technologies may need very bigger efforts, scientific efforts to create and finally use it in different products. So now universities are very, very important. Madam,
प्रेजेंटेशन प्लीज चला दीजिए कंसोल से मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी प्रेजेंटेशन प्लीज चला दीजिएगा इसके ऊपर है ये
So this is my details. So why industry and academia should come together very closely? Of course, they are there. There is some kind of, collaboration, or I will say linkage is between academia and industry, but that is, I feel it is very superficial. So now, why I am saying this, sometimes when you redo it, we must take the inspiration from the history. So let us go back little to the history. This is scenario of Indian economy for last 2 millennia. From 1800 years, Indian economy was contributing 25 to 33% in world GDP. You can see how it declined and how Europe came up and US and they were nowhere. Up to 1818, to be specific, our economy, contribution of Indian economy in the world economy was not less than 18%. So it declined from 33 to 35%. This is our, we used to trade all over the world from Japan to Roman Empire. Very bold statement, that is, history of India, history of industry in India dates back to our mankind, history of mankind. Very bold statement. And we must know that this is true, because we created products which were very appreciated all over the world. And these products were created in villages. Now, how these products were created? Because knowledge was created in the universities. And recent research says we had 52 ancient Indian universities which produced this knowledge and even trained the people of the industry to produce very fine products which we developed and traded with the entire world. So, one of these universities, I have shown the picture, Vallabhi University, very famous for administration and commerce, study of administration. Like 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐢 University was famous for very mathematics. So, how they were doing? They were doing it not only for knowledge creation. Knowledge was not created just, they were used in creating products, creating values in the economy. So, we are here to discuss how to regain that past glory. That is 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐿𝐢𝐴 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐿𝐢𝐴. But we have to look into what is the current, how we are, what is the current perspective. We have universities, the specific attributes of the universities today in India. I'm not talking about the islands, knowledge islands. I'm talking about the general universities and general education system. So we have classroom-based teaching and learning. Labs should carry more importance, but labs carry less importance practically, and exams carry more. So because last 25 years I am in this academia, so I can say this. Poor research ecosystem. Because people talk goody-goodies, I will not talk goody-goodies. And of course, you may say that, does research happen in India? Yes, it happens. It happens on islands. So, until research percolates to the last institution, we are not going to create very good economic and industrial ecosystem. Yes, we have relations with industry, academia has relations with industry, but they are not organic. We go for maybe placements, we go for, let us say, how many? 2 minutes left. Oh, okay. So, I have so many things, but I have less time. So, I will, so industries have 200 years of antipathy in India, and now the government is really taking very, I appreciate the steps taken by the government of India and government of UP. So we have to go about, so we have created a center for, because very important is before innovation, we have to do research and then innovation comes, and that innovation is used in different ways for different applications. And there should be, I suggest the UP government leaders of UP government iHub leaders that there should be funding for also the process of innovation, that is leading up to TRL 4, product development, that is technology readiness level 4. So this is really very important because private, there are most of the universities and colleges are private. So they also support, but that support is not sufficient if we really want to enhance the scope of this mutual integration. And in this process, students learn, they enhance their skills, and they are really confident when they face the interviews and they go to industry. Yeah. I'm very sorry. So I have very less time. So I need to end the, my presentation. So I have lot many things. I can keep my presentation here. So, okay. So we have this center I told, and we are, Sharda University is taking really, stride in doing this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I'd just like to reiterate to the speakers that we have about for each speaker session, we have speaker slot, we have about 8 minutes. So please prioritize whatever you would like to share with the audience. I'd now like to call Dr. 𝐒𝐲𝐿𝐤𝐿
Thank you. Good afternoon once again, everyone. Though the topic is youth and entrepreneurship, I can barely see much of the youth present here, but then doesn't matter. If anybody who is new to the entrepreneurship, so we can consider ourselves as youth in the domain of entrepreneurship. I'm just quickly taking you to some of the interesting points. Everybody is talking about startups, and people say that startup is something which takes your economy to the next level, and the startups and small-scale businesses particularly will help our economy self-reliant. So why is it so important? And what makes it so important? So you can see some of the data here. Everybody is worried about the jobs, the number of jobs, whether they are here or not available. So some of the numbers which we can see here on the slide, that these are the jobs created by our startups, and the number has grown quite a large by a good number of percentage. And specifically, if we focus on the last 3 years, which was supposed to be a COVID duration, in that duration, most of the people said that there were no jobs. Large number of layoffs were there from all segments of industry. But this startup was one segment where it was continuously growing, and the number of jobs created by the startups was increasing. So that's why we say that don't be a job seeker, be a job giver or a job creator. Those startups do really create jobs, and this data shows it. And it's not here only in India. The global scenarios are almost similar. So numbers multiplied by thousands. How it is going till 2030 starts from Germany and to the US where we want to achieve. We said that, okay, US is the biggest startup ecosystem, and that's where we want to achieve. The numbers are globally increasing. So these are some of the data which definitely show you that the startups are an important part of the economy, and that's why we talk about it. A lot of things have been said in last year or so when there were problems in the banking sector in US, that there is a winter coming up for startups. There are no funds available for the startups. The data are not confirming it. Yes, there are some challenges, some problems in terms of funding for the startup. There have been layoffs. So this is the other side of the picture. Large number of layoffs, but then in a very specific segment which were suddenly increasing during the COVID period. It was not the long time growth, and that's why there have been layoffs in some particular segments. But that's not the exact scenario, and startups are definitely going to grow. And perhaps that's why the government of UP has taken so much of initiative. And I can see in the hall number 5, if you have been there, large number of startups are there, and they have been heavily supported by government of UP. So thank you very much for supporting our startups. Coming to the youth, when somebody steps into being an entrepreneur, so what do they really see? At the very beginning, so we have a goal, we have a vision, and we don't know how to reach there. And that's where the role of all these incubators, accelerators, and ecosystem enablers comes into picture. When you don't know that what is the path you have to follow, so somebody has to handhold you. And that's how the reality is. Those who have faced this, those who have gone through this particular journey of being an entrepreneur, so that they must have seen that the journey is so irregular and you don't have a straight path on which you can follow. So what we generally do is we set some goals, we set some milestones, but the moment you achieve one, you say that, oh no, this is what I need to do more. So your milestones and your targets keep on increasing and going further and further. And you have to be in consistent efforts to achieve your final goal. So these are some of the other interesting numbers which say people are generally very obsessed with the ideas, particularly in the youth. I have interacted with a lot of students. I've been an academician for a good number of time, and since last 7-8 years dealing with a lot of young startups. So they are very much obsessed with their ideas. So this was a data survey done from one of the huge competition where there were around 26,000 ideas, and finally we had 17 significant companies. So where is the challenge? So maximum number of drops which are coming, so up to ideas, forming the teams, launch of the startup, so this is fine. So there is some amount of drop, but not that much. The real challenge comes once you start actually running your business. And that's why this is the very important thing which every entrepreneur, every youth must understand, no matter how great you think your product is, your idea can be really wonderful, remarkable. I can have an idea that within a fraction of a second, I'll be able to go to moon. I can teleport myself to moon. Wonderful idea, amazing idea. But how do I implement it? Is it really feasible? Do I have the resources? What would be the right time to implement it? And that's why we say that whatever you do, whenever you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a businessman, do focus about the customer, consumers, because that is something which is going to make your business successful. So without consumer, without customer, it's really a big challenge for any business to sustain or to be successful. So this is one of the most important things which I always say to any youth and any young entrepreneur must focus on it. Don't be too much obsessed with your ideas, but focus about your final market. And this is something that any youth, any young entrepreneur, any student, or anyone who is a first generation entrepreneur must focus on, that where is the gap, where is that space where you are going to place your startup, where you are going to place your business, and on what basis, on what criteria it is going to grow. So that white space, that gap in the existing market, you have to find out. It is not necessary that every startup or every business will be based upon something really unique, something really new. But there has to be some new, some innovation and something new element, maybe in a process, product, technology, strategy, some new you have to bring so that you get an edge in the market. A lot of challenges are there. I'll not go into the details of all these challenges. I'll just touch upon the first two major points: social and cultural attitude towards the youth, and then of course the entrepreneurial education. So social barrier is there. So we have just, Dr. Madhukar has shown you that entrepreneurship is not new for us. We have seen it since ages, since decades, even since centuries, thousands of years. So business has been there in India since thousands of years. So it's not something new for us, right? So, but there is a gap due to which we say that we don't have a formal entrepreneurial education, and our society does not support our youth, our children, those who are coming out of the school, going into higher education to become an entrepreneur. I don't say that leave your studies and become an entrepreneur. Absolutely not. I'm strictly against this thing that leave your studies and become an entrepreneur. Study has its own importance, complete it. In parallel, step into being an entrepreneur, learn it, and then go for it. So a lot of social barriers are there. Age becomes challenging. We have seen a lot of opportunities in funding. Many options are there, but then people are not very confident investing in something which a young boy, 18, 19, 20 years old has started. So these are some of the challenges. Education, we have started various forms of formal education in terms of entrepreneurship, right from the initial stages going into launching your business and scale up or fundraise and many other things. But still, there are many things where we need to do it. This is very good that we are here in NCR, Delhi, NCR region. A lot of resources are there. But you move to the cities, smaller tier 3 cities, small towns, so it is really hard to find out people who can handhold, who can train the youth on how to become an entrepreneur. So I don't believe that this is something natural. It is a mindset, and it can always be created, it can always be developed. So I don't believe that youth needs to be natural born. So anybody can become an entrepreneur, it's just a mindset. So some of the initiatives that we are doing to overcome these challenges. So we have an innovation startup policy, multiple aspects of providing benefits. We have already started minor degree in innovation, entrepreneurship and venture development, IEV, which is a very structured method of helping a youth, a young student to become an entrepreneur. No formal examinations, no theory, it's all practical. Then Student Innovation Fund. So we have seen that the first kind of investment is bootstrapping, comes from friends and family. For Sharda University, all our students are our family members. So we do a sort of bootstrapping with them. And the first level of financial support comes from the university itself in the form of Student Innovation Seed Fund. And company registration, once they're ready to launch their business, the entire single window system support is there, including financial support to launch your business. Innovation and entrepreneurship, a lot of initiatives we have started. I have Sharda in collaboration with IIT Roorkee. I have 𝐔𝐬𝐿𝐢 Young Founders Club, the 𝐒𝐸𝐴, then Sharda Launchpad, which I represent, the formal business incubator at idea stage to the growth stage, and innovation for impact for the social entrepreneurs. A lot of risks and factors are there. Many discussions are going on this, that what kind of challenges are there, what could be the reasons for failure. One reason I've already told you, that you have started something but there is no customer. Or there is customer, but what you are expecting from the customer, they are not able to pay, they are not willing to pay that. So push and pull are two concepts that what is the reason why somebody becomes an entrepreneur. So some people say that there are not enough jobs, be an entrepreneur. Again, I'm not in favor of it. Being an entrepreneur is much easier than getting a job. Right? It needs very hard work, consistent, regular efforts, day after day, night after night. So these can be one factor that, okay, it's difficult to get a job. Maybe I'm not a good speaker. Most of the opportunities are in IT sector. They need very good communication skills. I don't have. But yes, I have some other skills. I can create wonderful products. I'm a good salesperson. I can go to the market. So let's be an entrepreneur. But then there is a pull mechanism. So many opportunities are there. Government is there. Private system is there. Industries are there. Institutes are there. Support is there. Let me be benefited and become an entrepreneur. New business failures. So I'll not go into the details. Hope because of paucity of time. Right. So thank you very much. So you can approach us, contact us. We are quite nearby here in Greater Noida. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Khanna. Our next topic is on academia collaboration, strengthening innovation ecosystem. And I'd request Dr. 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐟𝐮𝐥 𝐋𝐢𝐬𝐢, Associate Professor, School of Management, Dean, School of Management, Gautham Budh University, to kindly come at the podium. A huge round of applause for the lady.
Very good afternoon to everybody present here. Honorable members on the dais and off the dais, it's a great opportunity for GBU to be on this platform, to be part of this UP International Trade Show and Knowledge Sessions, which are being conducted to have a discussion on industry-academia collaboration and how this collaboration can help all of us as stakeholders. Before we start, before I talk on industry-academia collaboration, I would just like to give you all a brief introduction to Gautham Budh University. I hope you all are aware. It's a state university. It's a state university, and it was established in 2002 by Uttar Pradesh Act 9 of 2002, and formally it started its first academic session in 2008. The university is recognized by University Grants Commission and, of course, member of Association of Indian Universities. The campus is huge. It's spread over 511 acres, and it's fully residential for faculty members and students. We have around 18 hostels for boys and girls. We have all the programs, bachelor's, master's, doctoral programs in diverse disciplines like engineering, business administration, computer science and engineering, biotechnology, law, justice and governance, applied sciences, you name it, and perhaps we have it. We have almost 130 plus programs running in our campus. Our courses are also duly approved by the other regulatory bodies like Bar Council of India, NCT, Council of Architecture, 𝐅𝐨𝐥𝐿, as per the requirement. This was a brief introduction to the university. Now, further to boost the interdisciplinarity in our curriculum and in our research, in the capacity development, we have adopted the national education policy, and therefore, in order to meet the requirements of national education policy, university has established various centers of excellence, and these specialized hubs focus on areas such as photonics and quantum communication, drone technology, learning, intellectual disabilities, linguistics and culture studies, advanced computing, and so on and so forth. So I would start with the slides. So we have already, discussed the university and its structure. So the mission of the university is to provide quality education and foster an environment of research and creativity, leading to skilled professionals and scholars who can contribute to the society and the nation as a whole. And the vision is to emerge as a globally acclaimed university for learning, research, and industry engagement to ensure holistic growth and development of the students and society. Before we proceed, I was supposed to give you a virtual tour of the university, but I think because of paucity of time, it's not possible. I will just run the video for 2 minutes maybe. I think you can take a tour of the university.
Gautham Budh University was established by Uttar Pradesh Act 9 of 2002 at Greater Noida. Its first academic session commenced in August 2008, and it is fully funded by Noida and the Greater Noida Industrial Development Authority. The university is recognized by the University Grants Commission. The university is also ISO 9001-2008 certified. Gautham Budh University is evolving as one of the finest campuses with state-of-the-art infrastructure and intellectual resource. The university campus is an architectural marvel and spread over 511 acres with approximately 127 acres of green area.
I'm sorry, I have to skip the video because of the shortage of time. I would directly take you through some of the significant achievements of the university. We have sponsored projects, we have the publications have also been cited. The university is actively engaged into doing various sponsored projects funded by agencies like DST, DBT, CSIR, UGC, ICSSR, to name a few. And we have been very active in our research endeavors. And during COVID-19 time, the university faculty members have developed the indigenous technologies for detection of RT-PCR results. And similarly, university has also been nominated by the government of Uttar Pradesh and Indian Railways for assessment of their projects, particularly the social impact assessment of UP government and Indian Railways. So we have been actively involved in all such activities. Our placements, students are fetching good packages from industries. We have the association with companies. The students are working with companies like ST Microelectronics, NTPC, Yamaha, and Honda, Indian Railways, and so on and so forth. The university promotes multi-dimensional growth with emphasis on an integrated physical and intellectual training. The university has conducted various national level sports events. To name a few, we have Asian Youth and Junior Weightlifting Championship, Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship, 𝐒𝐤𝐢𝐴 India. So we were very instrumental in organizing these sports events. So we have a world-class sports facility and infrastructure. We have also conducted UNESCO India-Africa Hackathon, which is presumably the world's largest hackathon, which was organized at GBU. The program was an initiative of Ministry of Education, and it was basically focused upon promoting engagement and collaboration of the student communities in India with the communities of African nations to develop indigenous and out-of-the-box strategies to tackle the problems faced by mankind and to build a strong startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem. We have School of Buddhist Studies and Civilization, and we used to conduct international level events in the school. The university is cited among top 10 institutes in the field of AI by the magazine Academic Insights, because now we all are talking about the technological advancements, and they are at an all-time high, particularly AI, which is a game changer. So specifically, the School of Information and Communication Technology in GBU hosts a BTech AI course with a duration of 4 years. And we are, developing startups, and many creative projects are coming out from this school using machine learning, data science, and other pivotal areas. We have this Mukhyamantri Abhyuday Yojana, for which the GBU is the nodal center. This Yojana basically aims at helping the economically poor, competitive students, and they get the free coaching, and Gautham Buddha University is acting as a nodal center for this scheme. So these were some of the highlights of the achievements of the university. I have already mentioned the extension activities like social impact assessment. Now I'll move to the industry-academia collaboration and what we are doing for strengthening the industry and the academia collaboration. The industry-academia collaboration have become the reason for the rise of many innovations over the years and supported a large number of students to go from educational institutions to the corporate world. So, for strengthening this industry-academia collaboration, as I had mentioned, that we have centers of excellence to promote interdisciplinary research, innovation, education, and capacity building programs as laid in the as laid out in the National Education Policy. GBU houses several cutting-edge centers of excellence which are dedicated to addressing contemporary challenges and advancing knowledge. The university has established the Drone Technology Center. The Center of Excellence in Drone Technology is a pioneer center of the School of Information and Communication Technology at Gautham Buddha University and has a drone flying testing facility and a high-tech laboratory for drone designing, manufacturing, assembling, maintenance, and research and development. The COE for Intellectual and Learning Disability from the Department of Psychology, Gautham Buddha University, is the only center in the Gautham Buddha Nagar which is providing disability certificate by the Disability Certification Board after the comprehensive assessment of the child with specific disability. So we are closely connected with the higher educational institutions as well as the industry for the skill development of students, because the need for industry-academia collaboration is to support the industries and, of course, to support the academia for getting the practical knowledge. So these purposes can be solved only when we have the centers of excellence, the incubation centers, the startups in our campus. For that, we are striving hard and we have been successful in attracting many startups. We have incubation center. We have Innovation Council, which is an initiative of Ministry of Education and AICTE. So basically the IICs, the innovation councils are aimed at strengthening the startup and entrepreneurial ecosystem in the university. So we are organizing open challenges for idea generation, which is the goal of any IIC, the Innovation Council. So we are actively engaging our faculty members, students, and staff in various innovation and entrepreneurship related activities. Because the aim of IIC is to start from the idea and to reach the product development stage. So how this is possible? It is possible only when we have more and more collaborations, more and more MOUs with the industry setups, so that we can use their skills and they can use the expertise of the faculty working in the university setups. So that is very well carried out in the Gautham Buddha University. I think I have to stop because of the paucity of time. Thus, the growth of industry and academia, we can conclude that the industry and academia growth goes hand in hand and they both complement each other. And I hope this huge platform in the form of UP International Trade Show will give a boost to both the sectors, and more innovative business ideas will emerge as a result of knowledge sessions. I, on behalf of Gautham Buddha University, would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers for giving us an opportunity to share our vision with the esteemed members attending the session. We invite the members from industry and academia to be part of the GBU Knowledge Cluster, which is our future plan. I would quickly go through the future roadmap of the university. Basically, Basically, we are trying to form GBU knowledge cluster, and this knowledge cluster would include industry and academia from nearby vicinity for sharing the ideas and for working on these ideas, for networking and for organizing various events in collaboration with the industry so that students get hands-on experience, practical experience from the collaboration. So this was all about Gautham Buddha University and its plan about how to accelerate the industry-academia relationship, industry-academia related activities. And I once again thank you all for being here, for being part of this knowledge session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti ji. I would now request Dr. W. 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐿𝐢 ji, Director General, Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation, Amity University, to kindly come at the podium and present his speaker note. Thank you.
First of all, let me express our gratitudes to the government of Uttar Pradesh for this great initiative to give a new fillip to the economic development through research, innovation, quality education. So thank you very much for this great opportunity for Amity to participate in this wonderful event, both in Expo as well as in the seminar. I'm going to, in the next 8 minutes, which she has given, that what is that ecosystem? What is the advantage India has in terms of becoming #1 in the world in terms of innovation? How do we transform our universities as cradle of innovation? What should be the research innovation ecosystem which all universities, whether state universities, central universities, or private universities, need to create? So that is going to be the focus of my talk. And then what in that scenario background, what Amity has done, because we have the largest university in Uttar Pradesh, the Amity University in Noida in Sector 125. We have also one campus in the Greater Noida, another one in Lucknow. So we have 3 campuses in Uttar Pradesh with 45,000 students in this state alone. In addition to 11 states we are in India, 18 campuses abroad, and also 28 schools. We have 200,000 students, 10,000 faculties, 5,000 PhD scholars. It's a big universe. So I'm going to give a little glimpse of our experience in this. If you would have read the New Scientist 2005 issue, so 20 years ago, the world community predicted that India will become the next knowledge superpower. And this was prediction in 2005, which was published in New Scientist. So now it is happening with all this national education policy, science, technology, innovation policy. Now this is already happening. How it has happened? If you look at the statistics, we are number 3rd in publications in terms of total number. The Nature Index, we are number 7. We are 3rd number of PhDs. We produce the largest number of the startups, 3rd startup ecosystem, and also 9th in patents. So we have jumped from 81 to 40 in the Global Innovation Index. And tomorrow, on 27th, we are going to have the announcement of this year's position in Global Innovation Index. Certainly we'll move up from 40 where we are. So all this is an indicator that India is growing rapidly in terms of research, innovation, with minimal input, 0.7% GDP of the investment. That is the power of Indian intellect. So one should realize the power of Indian intellect and the startups. A lot of discussions happened in the previous sessions. I am not going to elaborate. And UP State, as was mentioned in the previous session, a lot of initiatives. In higher education, the council has been established, and also some of the important things which they have done is smart class aided colleges, national research professorship, and also skill development program which has been given a fillip, and also technical education quality improvement program. These are some of the important initiatives this state, the progressive UP state has done, And Amity has also implemented many of them in the letter and spirit. When I said advantage India, what advantage India has in terms of becoming the hub of innovation? The first thing is we have established knowledge centers, 1100 universities, IITs, central universities, private universities, and also the schools. So we have the knowledge centers. We have the demographic advantage. The youngest India, which the gross enrollment ratio growing from 28% to 50% we are aiming at. So these are all the advantages, because the most productive, innovative, creative age of one's life is between 15 to 30 years. That population is in India. That is why demographic advantage. Then we have the competent workforce. All the scientists, professors, technocrats, and technologists. Now we have that competent workforce, and also R&D infrastructure, the best in the world. So in many of the laboratories when you go, you find, and also we have built many through the FIST, SATI, SAIF, as well as in the PERS program. Then government policies and patronage. So this is the most important opportune time for us to transform our universities into the cradle of innovation. We will create new knowledge through research and innovation. We will disseminate that through the education and publications. And we also preserve that by IPR protection, and also add value by applying that to translate that into a solution to the societal needs or to innovations to create wealth. Now, why universities should become cradle of innovation? This is the place where I said the largest population of the young innovative minds are there. Flexible ecosystem where easy, seamless transfer of knowledge exchange happens. So in an ideal university, you have to have quality education blended with high quality research. Then only it is ideal university. Amity is transformed into an ideal university where we lay focus on research and innovation. Now the importance of academic collaboration. Why this is the topic where we are going to develop, because many universities are there, many universities, 1100 universities. How do we build synergy, partnership, collaboration, through which there will be a force multiplier effect. Transdisciplinary cultures would come. So that is the topic in which the focus is on. Let us build the pivotal role of advancing knowledge is by collaboration. And also you have access to resources. Some facilities may be in Sharda, some may be in Amity. Let us share those human as well as the infrastructural, R&D infrastructural resources. Diverse perspectives will come in, and also cross-disciplinary learning will happen. So that is why this is not happening now. We are islands of excellence, but let us become a continent of excellence. And how do you create this innovation ecosystem? And what should be the role of universities? We should harness the university research and promotion ecosystem, and also the appropriate R&D infrastructure, create that, and also create that ecosystem. I'll give the model of Amity University, how we have done in this last 2 decades, an exponential growth in research and innovation. So we have created at national level a number of research facilities through this program. Let us share them. That is why the SATI, Stuti programs, which Amity organized, as well as other universities, IITs, that we want to create a culture of sharing. If there is a GCMS in one university, how do we allow other people in the vicinity, whether it's MSME or academic institutions? So these have to be used. Resource sharing is very, very important. Let us learn from best practices of each other and create a free ecosystem for learning, creative learning. Let us not confine our students, faculties with more rigid rules and bureaucracy. Let the research blossom in a creative and free, flexible ecosystem. Motivate the youngsters to come into research, even at the BTech level or even at a school level. We should create and also promote that innovation culture. And the pedagogy, we must change, because now the whole knowledge is available in your palm top or a laptop or in your mobile. So the classroom's actually becoming redundant. So how do you change in this scenario the pedagogy, the method of delivery, to promote creativity and innovation? Student research projects, we should have brainstorming sessions, group discussions, and this is what we have done. Flipped class and blended learning systems, we have already implemented in Amity University all that new method of pedagogy. Then the challenges when we work together with many people will be first communication barriers, because each one would like to keep the identity and also keep their own IPRs. So, and also the funding issues. If you have a consortium project, how do you share resources funds allocated? So these are some challenges. But let us maintain collaboration. You should have clear communication, transparent, clear communication, defined roles and responsibility in the consortium, the partners, and also shared goals and vision towards nation building. So if we are able to develop it, collaborations will be much easier. And there are many tools and platforms available today for collaboration. You can interact not physically only, you can go through the Slack, Zoom, and also research network, ResearchGate. You will be able to spot out where the talents in artificial intelligence, application in health, who are the experts. You will be able to connect with them. So there are softwares available to identify the experts to connect. Funding databases are available. So these are then what will be the outcome? We'll have joint collaboration, joint projects, and publications, patents, joint mentoring of PhDs, and also the awards jointly shared by together with many universities. The successful models, there are many. In Colorado State University, when I go, I find 60 universities, 60 industries sitting in their university campus. Let us create this. Not only we connect with industry, we bring industry to university campus, which we have done in Amity University. Now, the scientific social responsibility, Honorable Prime Minister pronounced that in Indian Science Congress, science has to connect with the society. The lab to land we used to mention. Now, what Prime Minister said, land to lab and then back to land. So this is what is the new scientific social responsibility, like corporate social responsibility, where I was made the chairman to formulate the national policy for the SSR, which was released last year in the Technology Day. And so we have a lot of responsibility to connect with the society much stronger than what we are doing now. Industry connect is also important for innovation. Societal connect and the industry connect, and this is very, very important for innovation. Now, Amity ecosystem, research ecosystem is, we have created all the structures required, like IPR protection cell, technology transfer cell, project monitoring committees and cell, which is monitors the sanctioned project, 𝐒𝐸𝐴C monitoring the project implementation. Then we have the technology enabling center to mature the TRL level. If it is 2 or 3 or a proof of concept, how do you take it to TRL 6? So we have created a Amity Technology Enabling Center with the support of DST. Then ultimately, we have created also the DST-sponsored Amity Innovation Incubator, which has incubated more than 750 companies, which we have also got 90 startups which are doing well. Then we created missions, Mission Connect, which will create mission synergy and also mission outcome. In whatever we do, there must be a fruitful outcome for both the partners and stakeholders. Then we brought senior people blended with young people like Ramalinga Swami Fellows, Ramanujam Fellows, Inspire faculties, and National Postdoctoral Fellows, Welcome Trust Fellows. We have many of them, more than 50, 60 of them in our campuses. Then we connected with honorary professors, honorary doctorate across. Yeah, another 2 minutes. Yeah. So then we also connected with these honorary professors from Stanford, Cambridge, and many more, 300 of them. And so this acted as a force multiplier. This is the Technology Enabling Center of DST established in Amity. This is the Amity Incubator, which has created 4,000 employment opportunity. We have taken equities, 15 to 20% equity in those companies. These are the industries which are established, their campuses in Amity campuses. So industry is there in our campus. And we created MOUs with ICMR, ICAR, CSIR, DRDO. We have a formal MOU to work with all those institutions and also with international agencies. So this is a force multiplier for us. And now finally, 1 more minute. This is how we grew in the projects. Currently, we have 325 projects, ongoing projects of the value of 200 crores. And this is one of the nuclear security facility established by US Department of Defense in Amity University, Noida campus in Uttar Pradesh. Next. And we have a major project from the DRDO on identifying through the Technology Development Fund. These are the patents. We have filed more than 2,000 patents There's the largest patent filing and granted about 260 patents are granted. So we are top academic institution in the country to file the largest number of patents and also commercialize them.
The Indian Intellectual Property Office of the Government of India has conferred the National Intellectual Property Award 2020 on Amity University for top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
I'll stop here. The last slide I'll show with the Prime Minister's message on how do we become the strongest country in the world by connecting strongly with the society. These are technologies transferred, these are major achievements, and now the last slide from the Prime Minister. By 2030, which is not very far, India would be among the top 3 countries in science and technology. Science must meet the rising aspirations of Indian people. Thank you very much. And he is our founder, President Dr. 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐢𝐻, who created this Amity Universe. Thank you very much for understanding.
Thank you so very much, Dr. 𝐒𝐬𝐿𝐼 for that enlightening session. I would now request Professor 𝐅𝐨𝐥𝐿𝐼 𝐔𝐬𝐿𝐼, Shiv, Nadar University Associate Dean, Academics Associate Professor, to shed some light on industry, academic. I always, mispronounce this word. Academia partnership, importance of the same in Amrit Kal. Thank you.
Thank you. After many of the speakers who have spoken about this, I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes on some of the important issues. Okay. So we have spoken since last 30 odd minutes about industry-academia collaborations and how universities can actually foster the next level of growth that India wants and has to see for it to go to the next level of 5 trillion economy that we're talking about. There are tremendous opportunities, and this international trade show is showcasing many of those, but I firmly believe that education is the only weapon that is capable of changing the world. And if we work together with industry, I think it's a real force multiplier, and it can lead to some breakthrough and game-changing innovation. The country is already seeing a lot of advantages because of the population dividend that we have, the demographic advantage that we have. But we need to create opportunities, and I think international trade show like this, can actually provide that fodder for the young generation to move to the next level. In my university, which is one of the top 4 private university chosen as institution of eminence, and we are quite small compared to many universities that we see, in the country, we have seen how an ecosystem which is made and built on the foundation of excellence and support, together with the support that we get from industry, particularly because of our association with companies like 𝐒𝐸𝐿, has helped them move to absolutely a next level of success. In a short span of around 12 years, the kind of students, the kind of research outcome, the kind of faculty member that this university has been able to achieve is simply world-class. And one of the prime reasons I can at least attribute is to the fact that right from beginning, we were quite conscious that industry and academic institutions have to work together. And because of our inherent collaboration with 𝐒𝐸𝐿, we were also able to take help from many other organizations which are established in this region. Noida, which is one of the hub of innovation, has helped us in many, many ways. Now, we have not only been able to attract students from UP, but the whole of the country. And I think, Uttar Pradesh and Noida has the potential to become real hub of innovation and entrepreneurship if we really take the right steps. And I think there is already a movement in that direction. I think, the aspirations of the youth is at the next level, and using the technology and the innovation that we're all talking about, this country, this state, and this region can be moved to absolutely the top class cities. And with the help of the youth that we have today, I think, and many of the speakers have talked about how we can work together with industry as well as among ourselves. This is a knowledge hub of Uttar Pradesh, and the place where we are standing, it's all, all around you will see universities and students. And I think this area has the potential to really spark the innovation and bring together companies and these industries have one important thing which can help us, which is they have a lot of funding. They do a lot of CSR activities, and they're also involved in a lot of path-breaking, innovative work. Universities, on the other hand, is full of ideas, is full of students, is full of youth, and full of energy. And I think the bringing together of these two important, institutions can spark a different level of discussions and discourse, which can lead us to be the next Vishwa Guru that we're all talking about. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, sir. I would now request Professor Paramita, Shiv Nadar University Marketing and Social Innovation School of Management and Entrepreneurship for the next speaker note.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Paramita. I teach marketing and social innovation. When I was asked to talk about industry-academia partnership, I was wondering what makes me qualified to talk about it in the first place. Being a professor, what do I know about industry-academia partnership? So actually, I started my career as an entrepreneur. I, started a company which was about manufacturing of homeopathic medicines those days, and I was 21 years old at that time. I am kind of a failed entrepreneur, so therefore I came back to academia, and then I started my journey there. I would call myself a fairly okay kind of an academician, but how does industry and academia really play out in the classroom? I'll give you some examples. When I joined Shiv Nadar University in 2013, I was one of the founding faculties of the School of Management. The first course I taught in my classroom at that time, the business school had not yet offered any programs. So in my classroom, they were all engineers. So it's kind of strange that some of my students who were there in class, and I gave them some projects to do, from one of those project ideas, there is a company which was formed called Infido. This company on 15th of March 2022 raised $12 million in Series A funding. The name of the two entrepreneurs, and we are talking about youth entrepreneurship today, are Varun Puri and Tanmay Jain. It so happens that Tanmay did not get great marks in my course, but the idea came from the classroom. The idea came because they were doing a project together. So in the same context, this is not the only example of how, from academia you can have youth entrepreneurship. There were other such students. For example, say another student, we had sent this student to Babson. Babson, as you know, in entrepreneurship, it's the top university in the world. So we had sent them on a study abroad program. 4 students we had sent. Out of them, one of them, he started, he finished that program, came back. He started a company which was basically a combination of cannabis and Ayurveda. He was declared under 30 Forbes entrepreneur. In fact, Tanmay and Varun also got the same tagline. So it's not that industry and academia work separately. What we do in the classroom goes back and there can be youth entrepreneurship for that. It's basically a virtuous cycle. So sometimes it is from the classroom that they go and do something, sometimes they come back to us. For example, Hem Street that I was talking about, some of my MBA students have done projects on them, right? And given them some ideas as to how, for example, they can go and have better distribution in the hinterlands of the country. Now, it's interesting kind of that this is an ongoing process, so to say. There is no end to it. And in the current semester, for example, some of my students, they are working on an idea that came from the industry. You know, one gentleman, we were doing an industry-academia partnership seminar, and then there was this gentleman called from 𝐒𝐲𝐿𝐢. They wanted to understand if they can do something on sustainability. You have hackathons, but you don't have sustainability hackathons. So he actually gave this idea. Right now, my students are working on that to see how can we make that successful. And I started off by saying that I'm an unsuccessful entrepreneur, but I have also, as a part of my class, as a part of the projects that we do, and in our university, we give a lot of emphasis on student projects and student research, undergraduate student research, actually. So one of those, projects is becoming an entrepreneurial idea. So it's not that we work separately from each other. We work hand in hand, and I would really request people who are there in the audience to join us and join hands so that we can take this forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Professor Paramita. I would request now our last speaker, Professor Dr. 𝐔𝐬𝐞𝐟𝐮𝐥 𝐋𝐢𝐬𝐬, Dean, Management Studies and Director, Amity Business School, sir, for your next speaker note.
Thank you so much. It's a very difficult task to control all these academicians in a limited time. Honorable 𝐒𝐬𝐞𝐿𝐢 ji, all esteemed colleagues, and the wonderful audience here. I know the last session, that too before lunch, and the last speaker, how all of you must be feeling. And I promise I will not be taking the allotted, more than the allotted time. So first of all, the topic given to me was industry-academia relationship and importance in Amritkal. So my worthy colleague, Dr. 𝐒𝐬𝐞𝐿𝐢 has actually helped me in easing my task. So he has already given you the perspective of what we are doing at Amity. So I will be just focusing my talk.
So PPT start कर दीजिएगा console से, sir.
On Amritkal and the importance of Amritkal.
Sir, console पे जो भी हैं, PPT start कर दीजिएगा please.
So when the topic was given to me, I was given 20 minutes, so I have actually prepared 130 slides, but really, I'm not going to give you all those. I have cut it short to quite less. And I have promised you that I will be completing it in the allocated 7 minutes now. So God is also taking patience.
PPT चल रही है, sir?
I hope they have not gone for the lunch.
Oh no, they haven't. That they can't afford. Last PPT है ये. Last PPT. All right, so just a few more minutes and we'll be starting with Professor Dr. 𝐒𝐬𝐞𝐿𝐢 ji. He is shedding light on industry academia partnership importance of the same in Amritkal. Very interesting topic, and of course we are looking
Keywords
forward.
here are Amritkal, education, academia, and its importance in Amitkal. And let me just tell you, academic-industry relationship was always there, it is always there, it's going to be always there. There's no myth about it, and this definitely, this period of Amitkal is going to enhance this possibility quite a lot. So I will be just focusing on how we can say that we are all in Amitkal now. And the new education policy has also given us so many insights. So in the meantime, they are taking time. So I was just speaking about the Amitkal. I mean, we are all in this UP Investor Summit, this international trade show, and I am very sure the magnanimity of this show must have shown you that this is the most beautiful international trade show I have ever seen, and this is definitely a testimony that we are in Amitkal. So this is, so first of all, a disclaimer that whatsoever I am going to show you, nothing is mine. It's all being taken. It's all being taken from the material available, but it's all secondary data. So secondary data, it's more authenticated also. So when we speak about Amitkal of Bharat, Amitkal of India, we speak about the diversity of India, we speak about diversity of this civilization, the oldest civilization with 5,000-year-old civilization, 325 languages and dialects and so on. And with the biggest democracy in the world. When we speak about the biggest democracy, we fight, we have differences, we have indifferences, we agree, we disagree. But one thing is for sure, that when there is a cause, we all unite together, and the, this women reservation bill is basically this is endorsement of this fact that when we have to, then we stick together. So all the people, all the parties, all the political parties stayed together for this bill. G20 was the biggest endorsement of this fact. India and BRICS, so nobody can now ignore India. We are in a position where we have to, and this is something which is very unique about us, and we are definitely in this Amitkal, Chandrayaan-3, so we have reached to this state now, where people are taking advantage of, people are quoting our technology, our science and technology foundation, everything is being taken care of. We are a population, we are now the best, I mean, we are among the most populated countries, but the most important part is that we will be having a young workforce till the year 2050, and as comparatively other countries will not be in that position, that benefit. The GDP of India, we are going to be the third largest economy very soon. We are in the 5 largest economies of the world. We have the robust financial sector, friendly policies. If we speak about shopkeepers to shops to friendly policies, we are at the top nowadays. India globally is among the topmost countries. So this is a big endorsement of the fact that we are the top country of the world, and that is the Amitkal. Atmanirbhar Bharat has shown its way. This is India's virtual diamond in software. I'm just running with the PPT so that I can just show you what I have brought in for you. So this is the world's largest producer, number of things. Industry, we have now reached to Industry 5.0. The current industry trends. So we are empire of the intellect. And when we speak about education, we are the country from where education started. Education system started from India, in Bharat. So we started with a Brahminical system, then Upanishads, Guru Grahas, and finally, now we have reached to a system where we are using industries, universities, schools. So the history of education, and now we have started this journey. National education policy, though it came after 34 good years, but 2020 it came, but definitely there are a number of things which are relating. As the Dr. 𝐒𝐲𝐿𝐢, Minister of State said, strong industry-academia partnership is needed as they are instrumental in advancing research and creating a skilled workforce. This is something not new. It was always there, but now we are having a lot many flexibilities in these new education policies, which is giving us a perspective for that. This is vision of NEP 20 in higher education institutions as per our system. And these are the fundamental principles which are being given here. in national education policy. So friends, I would just like to conclude with the saying that with all these possibilities, with this infrastructure, with this perspective, academy-industry relationship is going to play a very important role, and this is actually the right time to strike now. And I think with the kind of infrastructure ecosystem we are having, we are going to make it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Bansal, for understanding the importance of time. Thank you. I really thank all the speakers. We would like to present you with these small mementos, some planters and some mementos to all our speakers. Can I have a huge round of applause for our speakers? They've been here for quite some time now, trying to do what they do best. And we cannot thank them enough for the valuable time they have taken out from this, from Sharda University, from Gautham Budh University, from Shiv Nadar University, Amity Business School. Very grateful to you indeed. तालियां हो जाए, तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए, जैसे जैसे हम उन्हें सम्मानित कर रहे हैं. Dr. 𝐒𝐤𝐿𝐢, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you once again to all our speakers and the universities. And ladies and gentlemen, we take a break now. However, we will resume most probably at 2:30. We have some sandwiches and some beverages available. Please help yourselves. Please make yourselves comfortable. And we will be back with a very, very intriguing session about the Mumbai Dabba Walas. So I'm looking forward to that one. Are you? Thanks.